I was working at a Bible school while his wife was going to, she was a cook, and she says, "This guy Scott's asked me to marry him, and she says, I won't marry him until you counsel him." So I took and counseled him for several months, and his name was Scott Robinson. But the other thing is, I've learned so much. I've been discipling people for years and years now, but I've learned so much of how important it is to really be a disciple. And I've just got all this information that I've known over the years, but it never really came true. One of the things is this guy had worked for me for probably 4 or 5 years, and I asked him to go to church with me, and he says, "I'm not interested." But then we had vacation Bible school. So I went and asked him, I says, "If I take your kids to Bible school, will you let them go?" He says, "I don't care." So I took him, all his kids, he had 4 kids. I took them to Bible school all 5 days, and they'd never been to church before. And they was learning so much about Jesus. And they'd go home and they'd tell their parents, "Oh, we're learning about Jesus, and you can be saved." And it was after Bible school on a Wednesday night. I was at a prayer meeting, and this friend Cornelius shows up, and he says, "Jim, my kids have been telling me all about Jesus and being saved. I don't know how. Will you help me?"
Yes. Hallelujah. We don't know when you play that seed, when you plant that seed, we don't know how much it's going to go, in generations to come. The thing that's amazing, I don't know if you read this, look back at that passage in John 17. This is, we didn't read this, but I thought about it when Jimmy was talking. I asked you, who was Jesus praying for, right? But if you keep reading in John in 17 and you go to verse 20, this is so awesome. He says, earlier he said, "I don't pray for the world, but those that you've given me." But in verse 20 he says, "I don't ask for these only, but also for those who will believe in me through your word." Through their word, not through my word, through their word. Jesus prayed for you. Look at your neighbor. Say, Jesus was praying for you.
Jesus was praying for you.